Good day. Thanks for joining me. This is Adobe Fikemba, and in this channel, I told you I'm going to be teaching you physics, chemistry, biology. So the previous time we learned physics. Now I want to look at biology quickly. Now in biology, go and watch my biology video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, biology part 1, as the case may be. We've been discussing cell. So today, this is biology. Today we're still onto the ultrastructure and function, okay, and function of the cell, okay, ultrastructure and function of the cell. So in the previous video, we made mention of how we can be able to study the function using the electron microscope to do all of that. And then we talked about how centrifugation is used to separate the cells, the cell organelles, so that they can be carried out using a biochemical experiment. So we'll be able to know the function of each of these cell organelles. And from there, we also said chromatography is used to know the chemical reactions in the reaction system. That's the kind of chemical substance in the reaction system. So, and then we talked about the first cell component, which is we looked at cell membrane. We look at cell membrane. I told you what cell membrane is all about. It is thin and selectively permeable. Okay, it is made up of protein and lipids. And when you say something is selectively permeable, it means that it can control, regulate what enters or what leaves it. Okay, but the one that allows things to enter freely without control and all that, we say it is freely permeable. Number 2, we looked at cell wall. We said cell wall is also an outer covering. Okay, the cell wall is fairly rigid. Okay. It's fairly rigid, but this one, cell membrane, is flexible, but the cell wall is fairly rigid. It contains cellulose. The cell wall is the outer part of the plant, outer covering of the plant, but inside the cell wall, you have the cell membrane. But for the cell membrane, it is the outer covering of an animal. Okay, do you understand that now? So they are both outer covering, but in plants, the cell membrane occurs inside of the cell wall, but in animal, the cell membrane occurs as the outer part. Now, number 3. We are going to be looking today is the protoplasm. I want you to know this protoplasm. Okay, these are cell components. Now, the protoplasm, I've explained this to already in the previous video. So watch the other video, you get this thing. Now, the protoplasm itself, the protoplasm is the living component. Take notes, living component of the cell. Okay. And the protoplasm contains the cytoplasm and the nucleus. So in the protoplasm, you will find the cytoplasm and the nucleus. That takes us to number 4, cell structure, which is cytoplasm. Now, when you look at this now, the cytoplasm. Now, there are certain features I'll be explaining to you about the cytoplasm. Number 1, the cytoplasm is transparent. Okay? The cytoplasm is transparent. Number 2, it is jelly-like. Jelly-like. When you say something is jelly-like, you know those cream, let me use that. Those cream you used to rub. Okay? Like you have petroleum jelly. When you take it, you see the way it looks like, that jelly structure. So it is jelly-like. Another thing you want to look at again in the cytoplasm is that it is predominantly made up of water. It contains 90% of water. It is what? It contains 90% of water. Or 90% of what is found in the cytoplasm is water. So it is predominantly made of water, and it contains about 90% of water. Another thing again you want to see about the cytoplasm, something very important, is that all biochemical activity, okay, all biochemical reactions, okay, you write it, biochemical reactions take place in the cytoplasm. So this organelle is very important. So all biochemical reactions take place in the what? In the cytoplasm. Have you seen it now? So the cytoplasm is transparent, is jelly-like, it contains water, predominantly made of water. About 90% of what is found in cytoplasm is water. And biochemical reaction takes place in the cytoplasm, not the nucleus. Take note, okay? Because I want you to see, I will clean this part. Okay. Another thing again I want you to know about the cytoplasm is that the cytoplasm contains certain structures, minute. So inside the cytoplasm, we can find, number one, we can find what we call inclusions. Inside the cytoplasm, we can find what we call inclusions, and we can also find what we call cell organelle. We can find what we call organelles in the cytoplasm. Take note. So we're still addressing the cytoplasm. So I'll put that as number 5. So number 5, in cytoplasm, we have inclusions and we have organelles. What are inclusions? Examples of inclusions include starch grains, oil globules, okay? Starch grains, oil globules. We can even look at plant crystals, okay? Plant crystals. These things they are examples of what we call inclusions, okay? They are found inside of the cytoplasm, okay? Now, the next structure you're looking at is the organelle. What are organelle? Organelles are what? They are structures, okay? They are defined structures that perform specific functions. Some of these organelles that you can find inside of the cytoplasm will include mitochondria, okay? Mitochondria, you have the vacuole, you have the Golgi body, okay? These are organelles. Okay, they are organelles that are found inside of the cytoplasm that carries out a specific function. They are good examples of what? Organelles. So, when we talk about this cytoplasm, don't forget we said that they are transparent, they are jelly-like, and it contains 90% of water. The biochemical reaction takes place in the cytoplasm. And we also said that the cytoplasm is made up of inclusions and organelles. And these inclusions, examples are starch grains, or you can say starch granules, okay? Some other text will say granules, okay? Starch granules, starch grains. Then you also have oil globules, okay? They are examples of inclusions, and some crystals, which is basically found in plants. And then we talked about organelles, structures that carries out a specific function. Is that clear? So with this, we've been able to have an idea what cytoplasm looks like. Not just an idea, but a major point that you can hold. When exam question comes, you can be able to answer. If you are not following me, I'd like you to follow me. Okay? So you can get more videos. I want to build us, okay? So that we can have strong grip on the subject, physics, chemistry, biology. Please, I'd like you to like, share, subscribe. If there's anything you don't understand, comment below in the comment section. Thank you. See you in the next class.